Hello everyone! My name is Beth Jonah and I am the executive producer of Law Show 2021.
And my name is Courtney and I'm one of the executive directors for Law Show 2021.
And my name is Sam Fratton and I am the other executive director. We are so pleased to virtually welcome you
to our 26th annual Law Show,
Scooby-Doo Long Paw of the Law.
This project took place across 3 cities, and we acknowledge that the University of Alberta is located on the traditional lands of the Nahiwak, Tsuut'ina, Niitsitapi, Métis, Nakota Sioux, Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and the Inuit peoples on Treaty 6 territory. Filming in Calgary took place on Treaty 7, which is located on the traditional lands of the Blackfoot Confederacy and the Stoney Nakoda Nations. Filming in Vancouver took place on the unceded territory of the coastal Salish peoples, the Musqueam, Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh. With this, we respect the long-standing relationships that Indigenous nations have to this land, as they are the original caretakers. We acknowledge historical and ongoing injustices that Indigenous people endure in Canada, and we accept responsibility as a public institution to contribute toward revealing and correcting miseducation, as well as renewing respectful relationships with Indigenous communities through our teaching, research, and community service.
As many of you know, Law Show is a time-honored tradition at U Alberta Law. For the past 26 consecutive years, law students have volunteered their time and efforts to create, rehearse, and perform an original theatrical adaptation of a classic and well-known story.
Scooby-Doo Long Paw of the Law is a creative spin on your favorite mystery-solving gang. The gang is back at the Law Center as mystery and tension unfolds. Something spooky is definitely at the faculty. With the disappearance of many of the faculty's favorite characters, the gang is forced to work together and try and unmask this sinister presence.
While law school can be competitive and cutthroat, the gang story represents the collegiality of U Alberta Law and how friendship and camaraderie are the best parts of law school. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, Law Show was significantly impacted. Since the summer of 2020, the executive team considered several different options for how Law Show could proceed. Our concept for a movie-style law show was born out of the need to avoid contact, which goes along performing the show live on stage. Ultimately, the virtual show that you are about to enjoy was our only viable option.
To ensure we had the best video footage and sound quality possible, we compiled film kits to be distributed to each Law Show participant. Each film kit included a fancy camera, a tripod, microphone and microphone stand, green screen, studio lights, and even various sound equipment. Through the dedication and effort of various student volunteers, these kits were sanitized between each use and distributed all over Edmonton. However, footage submission was not limited to just Edmonton for Law Show this year. We had participants submitting from Calgary and Vancouver as well.
Coordination of this manner was not easy, and it would not have been possible without the significant time and efforts from our amazing executive team and participants. We also could not have continued this tradition without the support of the Faculty of Law, the legal community, our generous sponsors, and of course you, our cherished viewers. Every year, but this year more than most, there's been a ton of behind-the-scenes work that has brought this show to you. Please take a moment to look through our virtual program to see all of the lovely folks who made the magic happen for Law Show 2021. For those of you who are unfamiliar with all of the legal terminology and U Alberta law references, please take a peek at our Law Show Explained, which provides some brief explanations of these references. Both the program and Law Show Explained can be found as downloadable links on our virtual show webpage.
Special thanks this year goes out to our hired editing pair, Kevin McLaren and Ethan Drury. The format of the show would not have been possible without their tireless work and guidance. We want to give them a special thanks. As always, the primary goal of Law Show is to give back to the Edmonton community by donating all proceeds to a local nonprofit organization. Law Show has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout its years to give back to various organizations within Edmonton.
Through a wide range of support programs and services, the Terra Center makes a lasting difference in the lives of the parents and the families that they work with. We are so pleased to introduce Karen Monnershead, the Executive Director of the Terra Center, who will speak to the incredible work that they accomplish in Edmonton and how the Law Show donation will support this organization. Finally, we encourage you to visit our virtual silent auction that is running until 8 p.m. on Sunday, February 28th. You can access our auction via the Law Show website at www.lawshow.org. All proceeds will be included in our final donation to the Terra Center. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy Scooby-Doo Long Paw of the Law.
Greetings, hello, my name's Karen Mottershead, Executive Director for Terra Center for Teen Parents, and so thrilled that you have selected our agency to be recipient of the Law Show. So we're an organization that over the last 50 years has dedicated our mission to serving young parents and their children, and that includes young dads as well too. And so the young people that we serve, they often have many life challenges, and some of those life challenges they've been experiencing for many years since their early years of life. So we're here as an organization working across 3 different sites with 60 staff and about 12 different programs to support these young families in achieving all that they are full of potential to achieve. So we have this wide range of programs that are offered in either an individual setting or a group setting. And the young families that we serve, they can be involved with us maybe just for a few weeks, a few months, and lots of them for a number of years. And so one of the things that's really important to us is their education, because we all know that that's one of the cornerstones of moving our lives ahead. And so we have a partnership we have had for many years with Edmonton Public, and we offer on-site at Braemar School, which is dedicated just for teen moms to finish their high school. And at Braemar School, we offer childcare. So when the students, the young moms are in school, the children are also in a very high quality learning environment as well. Also at the school, we have lots of different groups, and we have a mental health therapist, and we're really supporting those students to be successful students and young parents. And a lot of the young people we work with, they're maybe not in school. Maybe it's not the right time to return back to school. And so for them, we're meeting and supporting them in their homes and in the community. And we're doing things like home visits and helping them with their parenting skills. We're doing group programs for them. So as diverse as our programs are, we're really focused on promoting the healthy well-being of children, young parents, and families. And we know that without community support, so many of them would not achieve their promising future. We're concerned about them finishing school and getting jobs and having good incomes in the future, and to being in safe, healthy relationships. Things that are so important for your life and our lives, all of us. We require those kinds of healthy relationships and supports to make sure that all of our futures are bright, happy, and hopeful. So once again, we'd like to thank Law Show for selecting Terra to be the recipient of your fabulous production this year. And the proceeds that you're going to gift to Terra will really help to contribute to our sustaining our really important programs for our young families. So all the best to the students this year and to the production. Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We've got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. Come on, Scooby-Doo, I see you, pretending you've got a sliver. You're not fooling me, 'cause I can see the way you shake and shiver. You know you got a mystery to solve, so Scooby-Doo, get ready for your act. Don't hold back. And Scooby-Doo, if you come through, you're gonna have yourself a Scooby snack. What's your Scooby-Doo coming after you? You're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo, the trail leads back to you. What's your Scooby-Doo? What's your Scooby-Doo? We're gonna follow you. We're gonna solve that mystery. We see you, Scooby-Doo. We're coming after you. What's your Scooby-Doo? Na 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 na. What's your Scooby-Doo?
Alrighty, I've got my lucky runners, I've got my lucky University of Alberta Faculty of Law water bottle. Now all I need is my lucky... Hello? Anybody there? Shoot, the fuse must have blown. Now, where's that pan?
Here you go, my friend. 2 big coffees.
Thanks, Steve.
It's just so bizarre.
What's bizarre?
All the crazy stuff going on around here lately.
Rat. Like, when I went to the bathroom, there was no toilet paper, and all the rope dispensers were broken. I went to the bathroom and grabbed instead.
Anyways, like, I totally think there's something super fishy about that whole asbestos abatement thing going on in the locker room. Me and Scoob went in there to munch on some snacks earlier, and there was, like, nothing wrong with it.
Shaggy, you can't go in there. What happens if you guys breathe that stuff in and end up with lung cancer in 30 years?
We may be, like, totally entitled to compensation.
Stop watching those commercials. It does not count as studying. And I was more concerned about your health. Tell them, Belma.
Oh, Rat. Or I always forget. Velma went to Rocker School before she started law school.
Yeah, and that's because I don't go around trying to squeeze it into every single conversation I have, unlike Mr. Bachelor's degree in pre-law over here.
I did my bachelor's degree with the express purpose of getting into the law school. The way I see it, it's perfectly legitimate for me to call that pre-law.
Anyway, someone really has to figure out why all this crazy stuff has been happening to the law center lately. It's bad enough that all this concrete makes it feel like the building is sucking our souls out. We shouldn't have to deal with all these problems. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw a mouse in the library yesterday.
Don't even get me started on the mice in the library, or the missing books in the library, or that creepy judge in the library.
There's worse pests in the library, Velma. I've seen more and more snails in there lately, taking up all of our study space.
Oh no, Fred, not the snail rant again.
What, Velma? You can't tell me you're not annoyed by it. I mean, they didn't write the LSAT maintain at least a 3.6 GPA. They didn't read an absurd amount of case law with so much Latin in it. Ab initio, more like ad nauseum if you ask me. Nice, Fred. I mean, we as law students have earned the right to use that study space, and they think they can just come in here and expropriate it? I mean, who do they think they are? Lord Farquaad?
I mean, I don't know. There's more than enough study space to go around for all of us. We shouldn't be excluding people from the library just because they're not in law. You know, that comes across as pretentious. Also, I'm not a big fan of the term snail.
Speaking of snails.
Hey, you guys!
Hi, Scrappy.
Daphne, you look amazing in that outfit. Are you allowed to wear that much color, or is that frowned upon? Let's see what's new in the world of administrative law. Wow, that sounds exciting.
No, it really isn't.
Baker versus Canada. You know what? This reminds me of something we talked about in my Introduction to Criminology class today. Mens rea and actus reus. Oh, I just love Latin so much. It's like I'm already in law school.
But you're a student not actually in law.
What was that, Fred?
I mean, nothing. Good luck on your applications.
Oh, I don't need luck. Let me at him. Let me at him. The puppy power. So, what are you guys all up to? Wanna hang out and talk law?
Oh geez, Scrappy. We'd love to, but we're actually leaving pretty soon to go to First Friday back.
Yeah, and it starts in like 5 minutes.
Is that a student actually in law thing?
Okay. Well, I guess I should get to the library and do a little bit of studying. Anyways, I'll see you all later.
So, what time does the bus get here First Friday back?
9 o'clock.
Alright, and what time is it now?
3:30.
Cool. What do we do for the next 5.5 hours?
Like, it's first Friday back, gang. I'm officially done studying until finals week.
That's honestly one of the worst possible methods I have ever heard. You will never get hired by a big law firm if you don't work hard.
Like, whatever, man. Me and Scoob's ideas are like too big for big law anyways. You see, this box right here contains the ideas that big law permits. You had a Shaggy and Scooby size idea, and bam, they'd like totally fall apart.
Great, simply great.
One ginger beer.
Look, lady, I already told you, we don't have ginger beer.
Do you not know Donahue and Stevenson? The case that literally set the precedent for duty of care, arguably one of the top 5 cases of all time.
Man, I wonder if Chris is having a better time bartending the med mixer tonight.
Yelling at the bartender again, Gunnar?
That's Josephina Wilma Edna Gunnar III to you. Fine, I guess I'll just have a ginger ale.
You know, with how much Gunnar brags about studying, I'm surprised she graced us with her presence tonight.
She's honestly so full of it. Half of her study time is actually bragging about studying.
Well, I'd rather deal with Gunnar than Little Miss Perfect Belle Woods. Remember when she stole that Crim RA job from me? I have a degree in criminology. She majored in fashion marketing.
But she's pretty impressive though. I mean, Belle is on LSA, ELSA, she's on SLS.
Let me be the first to say congratulations, Bennett.
We all knew you would get an interview, and now you're a shoo-in for the clerkship.
Look, you guys are too nice. There's so many qualified candidates out there. I was just lucky that Dean Billingsley was willing to give me a reference letter.
At least someone is having good luck among us. The librarian made it utterly impossible for me to study. She was crying all day. How am I supposed to reread the foundations textbooks in those conditions?
Wait, what? We're in Tula, Gunnar. Why do you still have that? You didn't give it to a 1L to save the trees like I suggested?
You see, Belle, you inferiors only ever think about reading ahead, but nobody considers relearning information. I call it back reading, and it's definitely going to revolutionize my studying.
So, the librarian was crying?
Maybe she just found out that all the budget cuts mean that the Westlaw subscription is cancelled and all we have left is LexisNexis.
Don't even make jokes like that, Kitty.
Well, it can't be Westlaw. They're still going to use it for LRW.
Well, she did keep muttering something concerning the McGill Guide going missing.
Maybe they were talking about the McGill Guide curse.
What curse?
Okay, legend has it, the Guild Journal members gave all the law schools a brand new first edition copy in 1986, thinking it would bring the schools together. But the guide came with a condition. If a first edition copy is ever removed from one of the respective schools, that school would be cursed.
Well, my co-star horoscope never mentioned a curse befalling us all, so ce n'est pas un problème.
Jeepers, did you guys hear what Bennett just said?
I don't know, Daphne. A curse?
I don't know, I think it could explain all the horrible things that have been going on around here.
Like, maybe Scoob, but for now, let's get totally groovy!
I am not sure about this, you guys. Evidence is such an important class. Do you really think we should be taking it with this new mystery professor?
Relax. This'll be just fine.
Yeah, and like besides, it was the only section we could all get into.
Yeah, but I just hope she's good, you know? I can barely find anything about her online.
I thought she, like, totally taught at U of C before this.
Yeah, but aside from that brief stint at the University of Coolsville, there's nothing about her. I mean, no notable citations, no guest appearances, no research papers, I mean nothing. It's just like she just appeared out of thin air one day.
Velma, man, it'll be totally fine. As Seneca the Younger once said, even while they teach, men learn.
What do you even mean?
Oh, look, gang, it's Professor Adam Eriks. You don't think he's taking over this class, do you?
Ah, there she is. Class, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. As some of you may know, Professor Sankoff is away this semester, preparing to go to the Supreme Court of Canada for the third time. So you'll have a new professor who will be teaching you this semester. Please give a warm welcome to Professor Sneap.
Hello, students. I trust you have done your readings in anticipation of our class today. Turn to page 394. Is there a problem, gentlemen?
No, man.
It's just that, like, me and Scoob haven't really gotten around to getting our textbooks yet.
And why exactly would that be?
Well, usually we never read.
Well, what my buddy old pal Scoob here is trying to say is that we usually never forget to get our textbooks, but with all the crazy things going around the Law Center, we just, like, totally forgot.
Well, very well then. For this class and this class only, you may share a textbook with the students next to you. Now, can anybody tell me what the principled exception is?
Knock knock. Well, hi there, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Name's Jim, and I just wanted to drop by and say I'll be filling in for Tim while he's away on vacation.
Might I ask why exactly you're interrupting my class to tell us this?
Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry to have bothered you all. I just wanted to drop by and say hi. Oh, and I forgot to set up the projector, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start that. Silly me!
As I was saying, can anybody tell me what the principled The principled exception is that the
Jim continues to fumble around like a fish. He is inept and is an awful replacement for Tim, arguably the perfect man.
Oh, for goodness sakes, you fool! God, set that up another time. I have no need for technology in this classroom anyway. Leave us now.
Right, then I'll just be going. Toodaloo!
Jinkies, Professor Sneap sure has a bad temper.
Shh. Can we please talk about this later? I do not want to lose participation marks over this. And I have this feeling that we do not want to get on her bad side.
Like, too late! Like, Velma, why are we going to Adam Eric's office hours again?
Because Shaggy, like I've told you hundreds of times, that the Manitoba egg reference case isn't about the eggs, but rather...
Eggs? I want those Reds interferes, my brother. Right.
Scoob is salivating at the thought of eating an egg, shell and all. He sure is one hungry pup.
Like, right, Scoob, I'm totally starving. Good thing I ordered Domino's during class earlier. The guy should be here, like, any minute now. I just hope he can find us in this maze of offices.
Hey Shaggy, hey Scoob, got the za and the goods.
Gee, Scoob, how much Domino's do you guys order that you know the delivery guy personally?
Oh, like, Scoob and Dom go way back. Come to think of it, Dom's the first guy to ever introduce us to Scooby Snacks.
Duty calls. Hey, this is Dom. What are you buying? Because I'm most definitely selling. I mean, hi, this is Domino's. What can I get for your order?
That guy is so cool and mysterious. He has 2 wrongs.
Alright guys, enough messing around. Velma, do you want to tell them why we're really going to Adam Eric's office hours?
Well, After class, I tried to do a little bit more digging into Professor Snape. I checked everywhere, even rate my prof, but nothing came up. Eventually, I found a list of auditing students at this old defunct firm, Tunahan and Company, and it turns out that Adam Eriks, Professor Snape, and Dean Billingsley interned there together.
Weird. You'd think Professor Eriks would have mentioned that when he introduced her.
And that's why we're going to his office right now, to see if he remembers anything spooky about her.
Suddenly, a bone-chilling scream is heard off stage. Frightened, Scooby and Shaggy drop their pizza box and small baggies go flying everywhere, revealing that there wasn't any pizza in there at all. It looks like Dom is in the Scooby Snacks business, and where Shaggy and Scooby are concerned, business is booming.
What was that horrifying scream? Is everyone okay?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I'm the one who screamed. I was just so afraid of what I saw in Adam Eric's office that I panicked. Thank you, Fred. If you weren't here to catch me, I don't know what would have happened.
In Fred's mind, he's a hero. He saved Belle from a tragic slip that would change the landscape of the law school forever. In reality, Belle just bumped into Fred and is way too polite to say anything.
Don't mention it, Belle. Honestly, your scream wasn't horrifying at all. It was actually really pretty.
As Scooby and Shaggy desperately try to wrangle up all of the Scooby snacks that were dropped from the pizza box, Kitty, Scooby's arch nemesis, stomps his designer boot onto one of the last bags. This isn't going to be pretty.
Oh, hello, you stupid, smelly, small-brained canine. Looking for this?
Like, give us back our Scooby snacks, you cat-loving freak!
This is ridiculous. Can someone please just tell me what happened in there?
Well, like every Friday, I was going to see Adam.
Ugh, since when do you call him Adam?
Since forever. We're very close. Anyways, I wanted to talk shop about the golden thread of constitutional law, our favorite topic, and I also really wanted him to see this old family photo of Lord Denning that I have, you know, because I'm related to Lord Denning.
We know.
We know.
Well, anyways, when I went up to his office, I ran into Belle and Bennett. We opened up the office door. It was ransacked, and Adam was missing. Don't worry, luckily, his precious laptop wasn't damaged. He has so many awesome slideshows and lectures on there.
I'm beginning to think this curse is coming true. Maybe we should tell the dean?
Good idea, Bennett. Thanks again for catching me, Fred.
Like Scoob, I can't believe he got away.
Shaggy, Scooby, get over here. We've got a bigger problem than some missing Scooby snacks. We've got a missing professor.
We need to get into that laptop. It might be the only piece of evidence in here that leads us to Adam Eriks.
I was thinking the same thing, Daphne. Jinkies, it's password protected. There's no way we are gonna get into this thing.
Wait, Velma, it might not be as hard as we think. What does Adam Eric love more than anything in this world?
Constitutional law.
Bingo. If I learned anything in my degree in pre-law, it's that people, like patterns, are predictable. If I had to guess, I'd say Adam Eric's password has something to do with constitutional law.
Okay, gang, we have 3 tries.
Okay, like, try chicken and egg case. That would totally be my password.
Nope, it's not that one.
Try golden thread.
Rats, it's not that either. Gang, this is our last shot.
Think, gang. What did Professor Adam Eriks always tell us was the most important thing in constitutional law? He told us to look to the text first.
Runabout, River Rupston.
You're like a total genius, Scoob. Velma, try pith and substance.
We're in. I cannot believe it. Gang, look at these emails. We have got anonymous email threatening extortion, assault. Jinkies, there's even a threat to use their own personal pot power. Who could be doing this?
Well, whoever it is must have resorted to kidnapping once they realized that Professor Adam Eriks is the most wholesome man in the world, and there'd be absolutely nothing to blackmail him with.
I think you're right, Daphne. This can only mean one thing. Gang, it looks like we've got a mystery on our hands. Let's split up and look for clues.
Like, me and Scoob can go ask Bennett. He worked for Adam Eriks last summer, and he's like a really nice guy.
Wait, Bennett? Don't... That guy, he sucks. Don't bother.
Fred, what's your deal with Bennett? He actually seems like a pretty great guy.
I'd rather go to someone that I know I can trust. Like Belle. Daphne, let's you and I go find Belle. Velma, you do what you do best and hit the stacks, baby.
Like, Scoob, what are you doing, man? We don't have time to be sniffing around here. Bennett's LRW starts in like 2 hours, and you know I'm not crashing an LRW without having a couple of Scooby snacks first. Come on.
Hey, I think I smell something.
Ooh, a meowstery. A kidnapping. Oh, how perfect.
I sure hope nothing bad happened to Adam Eriks. He's a stitching that holds the school together.
Well, we've told the dean. Now all we can do is hope for the best. Besides, you keep the school together. We all do. This curse won't get the best of us so long as we stick together.
I always thought that curse was just a superstition.
I don't know what to believe, B. But a curse seems just as likely as anything with all the things gone wrong this year.
And that was the 3rd time I met a Supreme Court justice. You know, I really think Bella recognized me as a kindred soul when she said, "Interesting question," when I asked her about that totally not vaguely and tangentially related topic. I know she must have seen my genius.
Wow, Gunner, you are so cool.
Honestly, I feel like I teach as much as I learn from every talk I go to.
Hey, pals, got some coffee here for Bennett. Cream and sugar, just like you like it. I got a chai latte for Belle, nice and humane with oat milk. And of course, the usual for Kitty, only the finest, steamed warmed milk.
Wait, where is Kitty anyway? He was supposed to give me his notes from his German law school. You know, I thought to myself, why just read ahead and reread? Why can't I also read laterally by reading other curriculums? It's definitely going to revolutionize my studying.
I don't know. I last saw him right before we bumped into Daphne, Fred, and their friends.
You guys, the steaming hot milk that I have for you. You'll never guess what I just found out. It seems that Eriks was being threatened by someone. Cursed or not, I'm positive there's more to it than meets the eye.
Threatened? But who would threaten Adam Eriks?
They must have been trying to get something from him. Maybe something related to his position. Being vice dean is pretty esteemed.
You know what? No. I don't believe it. They're probably just misreading an email or something. Those guys are not very good at listening to what people have to say.
But what if this is something worth looking into?
Exactement. All we have to do is follow the trail of clues, not unlike following some yarn.
No. You don't want to waste your valuable time on this. I swear, they're just making something out of nothing. You know what you should be spending your valuable time on? Getting some wicked summer jobs like Mr. Supreme Court Clerk over here. You know what I'm talking about,
Maybe Scrappy's right, pals. Let's save the curse topic for later. We've already told the dean. I'm sure she'll know what to do. Anyway, I have a class to get to, but I'll see y'all later.
So, Kitty, you have any classes to go
No,
to?
I've got a phone call with my agent.
Agent? For what?
It's for a thing in Japan. You haven't heard of it. Ciao. Hello.
Ciao. Japan. Germany. I thought he was from France.
Be concise. Don't beat around the bush. Just make the point you're trying to make and move on. Any questions?
My friend's writing fellow told her she wasn't allowed to use Oxford commas, but you said it doesn't matter, so can I use them or not? Is it Iraq or Felak?
Can we use case law from other countries to support our arguments?
Right.
I could ask you two that same question, you big, dumb, stupid idiots.
Okay, to conclude, you're not making an argument. You're just researching the law and making a prediction based on your findings. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, y'all sound very confused, which means I've explained it perfectly. Just email me any questions you may have, and I'll see y'all next Friday. Do you all miss 1L that much? You just came to another LRW voluntarily.
Actually, we thought you could maybe, totally help us with something.
Guys, I told you, I'm not giving you my grandma's secret brownie recipe.
Actually, it's about Professor Eric's.
Yeah, after we saw you guys outside of his office, we kinda sorta hacked into his computer, and we found some emails about somebody threatening him.
You hacked into a professor's computer and went through his emails? Aren't you taking professional responsibility?
Well, either way, man, we were doing it to solve a potential crime, so according to both moralist and utilitarian philosophy, it was, the total right thing to do.
Okay. Ethical ramifications aside, did they say anything about what they wanted?
No, nothing. That's why they came to you. Great argument, know something. Right, Maggie?
Totally right, Scoob. Didn't you have, a summer research job with Adam Eriks last summer?
I sure did. Why is that?
Well, we thought you might know if you had any renewals or rumbling around heard it.
None that I can think of. Sorry, pals.
Hey, man, it's, totally no problem. We'll just keep looking for clues.
Wait, it's a long shot, but I do remember a story from Professor Eric's earlier days. It might be related.
What story?
Okay, you know how Professor Eriks was an articling student at Tunahan and Company with 2 other law students, right? Well, the firm could only hire back 2 of their 3 articling students, and it came down to Professor Eriks and his best friend. The firm chose Professor Eriks, who had basically one thing his friend didn't, a prestigious 2L internship that he and his best friend had both applied for. His friend was thrilled for Eriks at first, but when he found out not getting the internship basically cost him his dream job, he completely lost it.
Scoob, you don't think... Zoinks!
Ruh-roh.
We, totally gotta go tell the gang. Thanks, Bennett. We'll, totally get that brownie recipe next time, buddy.
Excuse me? Gunnar, what are you doing here? This is a private committee meeting.
As you should be very well aware, Velma, I have deep concerns about the state of this library. Snails everywhere, rock-hard seats, incessant sobbing. I'm investigating library committee negligence for cannons.
Ugh. Callens is off the cute cat hype train and on to investigative journalism, is it?
Aw, but those are my favorite articles.
Oh, excuse me, but I was wondering...
With the grace of a baby deer learning to walk, Gunnar pushes in front of Velma, somehow trips on her Velcro shoes, and crashes to the floor with the same intensity as Lord Denning writing a dissent.
Jinkies, Gunnar, are you okay?
It looks like she hurt her foot.
Don't worry, everyone. I have an MD. Gunnar, you must leave immediately. This could be ecchymosis.
Oh, please. Did you forget that I am revolutionizing studying by cross-reading in different subjects? That's just the medical term for a bruise. I'm perfectly fine, everyone.
Oh dear, possible delusions as well. Surely no sane law student would read more than they have to. Nicole, can you please help Gunnar to the mediclinic?
Let's go, Gunnar.
The press will not be silenced!
Well, everyone, according to the bylaws, we need at least 4 members for the meeting, so we will have to adjourn until next month.
Wait, can I ask you a question, please? Some friends and I heard about a missing McGill Guide curse.
What? But the whole library was empty when we found out that McGill Guide was missing. It was literally the first week of classes. Nobody studies the first week. Anyways, how much do you know about this curse, Velma?
Well, I just know that right before the first Friday back, a librarian was crying about the lost McGill Guide.
Well, that's even more out than I hoped. Well, I can confirm to you that the 1986 copy has been misplaced.
Jinkies! Did they leave anything behind that could give us a clue as to who took it?
Just this.
A pedometer?
Well, dear, it's actually a pedometer with a built-in USB. It's quite handy. The only thing we found on it was a PDF.
What did it say?
Just the guide's location in the library and a time period, which happens to be around the time that we think the guide was taken.
I don't suppose you have any idea as to who could own this pedometer?
If I recall correctly, Tim builds them himself. I do know that he gave one to the dean for the flight club.
Tim has a patent pending. I doubt there are many around.
Well, Tim is away at the stair racing competition though. And I wonder, why would Dean Billingsley's pedometer be in the library?
Come on, Daphne. It can't hurt to talk to Belle about the McGill Guide. I mean, she is a member of the Alberta Law Review.
Cheapers, Fred. I'm actually pretty familiar with the McGill Guide myself, given that I took first year LOW, and well, I can read.
You know, maybe you'd be a little more successful in your interviews if you tried to come across as more of a team player.
Well, Fred, maybe you'd be more successful in job interviews if you came off as less of a patronizing
Okay, guys. I thought I heard some students sharing job interview tips out here. I'd be happy to share mine if you want.
We were actually wondering if you knew something about the McGill Guide.
Specifically, anything about the history of the McGill Guide.
Well, as you can imagine, before the McGill Guide was published, trying to do legal research and writing in this country was nearly impossible. There was no consistency. I even heard that the Supreme Court of Canada treated a Supra like an bid. Can you imagine?
The students at McGill University agreed that enough was enough. The legal world could not continue to function in a state of chaos. A select few members of the McGill Law Journal stayed up 72 hours straight one weekend, and by Monday morning, the McGill Guide was born. It was a monster, but it had to be done.
I heard that the first edition was printed on human skin.
Citation, Fred?
That is exactly the kind of hearsay evidence the McGill Law Journal members nearly sacrificed their sanity to prevent from spreading. They created a clear citation style that never lost its intellectual integrity. The legal world will never be the same.
Wow. You know, Belle, I'm sure you would have been one of those founding members had you been a student at McGill University back in 1986.
Shucks. Well, even if I had been, I could never tell you. The founding members swore that they would never disclose their identity in order to preserve the integrity of the text.
A thankless job.
Precisely. But, get this. We keep this picture as part of our McGill Guide shrine in the ALR office. It's the only picture of the original McGill Guide crew. The photo is dark and everyone's wearing robes, but if you look closely, you can see that this person looks a lot like
Dean Billingsley. But she didn't even go to McGill.
I know, it doesn't make any sense. Shoot, sorry guys, I have to go to class. But I hope I was able to help. Let me know if you guys need any help with anything in the future. I'm always happy to help. I love to help.
Thanks, Belle. Wow. Who knew Dean Billingsley was so connected to the McGill Guide? And suddenly it goes missing the year she becomes dean.
Come on, Fred. Let's go share what we learned with the gang.
One big coffee.
Thanks, Steve.
How are you folks doing this afternoon?
Oh, not too bad, Steve. Just off to solve ourselves a mystery.
Yeah, someone has been blackmailing Weidstein Eriks.
Right now he's gone missing.
Yeah, and there might be like some total ancient curse on the entire school.
Wow, sounds like you folks have a busy afternoon ahead of you. Good luck.
So, did the rest of you find anything? Belcher gave us some great insight.
Oh, what were you able to find out?
So it turns out the McGill Guide was created back in 1986 during some really weird study session at McGill University.
You're completely underselling what Bell told us. It was more like the McGill University team banded together and through a seemingly endless cycle of touching base, circling back, working hard, playing hard, and pure, unadulterated synergy, they managed to tame the legal chaos and restitch the fabric of the law in a 3 days, no-holds-barred orgy of innovation.
Okay. What actually happened, though?
A bunch of masochistic law students locked themselves in the library for 3 days and wrote out the guide. And now all we have to identify them with is this really old picture where they're all dressed in these tacky robes from the 80s.
So, as I was saying, I'm willing to endorse the position that moral permissibility ought to be a principle of fundamental justice. The concept clears up some challenges with the existing framework of...
Hey Gunnar, how is that bruise treating you?
My broken ankle is extremely painful, thank you very much. I'm thinking of suing, by the way. Why, good afternoon, Professor Snape.
Oh, wow, Gunnar. That was an incredible recovery. How impressive.
Hello, students. I hate to interrupt what was undoubtedly a riveting intellectual conversation, but I am obliged to inform you of an upcoming internship opportunity.
A job? I'll do anything for a job. Literally anything.
Yes, I'm quite sure you would. Anyhow, the position will mainly concern some of the appeal work that I have been doing.
Oh, what sort of appeal work is it?
If you paid any attention in class, Frederick, you would know that I am defending a very notable client with a little matter in which he has found himself tangled up.
Right.
A relatively minor thing, philosophically speaking, but he allegedly lured an entire family out into the woods with a well-worded Kijiji advertisement, and then he, well... In any event, I have found myself in the unfortunate position where I will be required to have a student analyze a number of precedents for me. You will have the rare opportunity to learn directly from me. Oh, and I suppose you will also be given a salary of around $8,000 a month.
Oh, how do we apply?
Applications are due next week. They may be emailed to me with the subject line, the 101st intern.
Right, wonder what happened to the first 100 interns.
I don't care. I'm gonna be great at it.
And when you do get it, you can hire your good pal Scrappy as a research assistant.
What makes you think you'd be getting a Gunnar?
Who else would? I'm the obvious choice.
Please. You are not the only qualified candidate. I have an MD. I won the Dean's Cup.
How exactly does your MD qualify you to research criminal law? I think I'll apply for it.
What makes you think you'll get it? Your in-depth knowledge of astrology?
You are such a Gemini. But no, I'm clearly the best candidate. I have tons of volunteer experience helping out with various pro bono work and SLS.
Oh, please. We all know you signed up for SLS as a resume booster. Besides, I'm going to be the clear choice for Professor Snape.
You? What do you bring to the table?
Fit.
What does that even mean?
You can't explain it. You either have it or you don't. And I have it.
Give me a break, Fred. Do you really think any respectable legal employer is gonna hire whoever the interviewer likes the best? That is insane.
Okay, well, you guys can keep dreaming all you want. I really gotta start working on my application. You know, I just have so many awards to sift through. Let's go, Scrappy. Grab my chair.
I should go work on my application too, actually.
Oh yes, you'd better. It's gonna take you days to look up all the synonyms for synergy that are bound to pop up on your application.
Well, like, that was a lot to take in, Scoob.
Should we go work on our application too?
So, as I was saying, what with this whole 101st internship thing coming out of nowhere, plus all of the 1Ls preparing for career day, it's going to be chaos in here today. But we can do it. We're strong, we're knowledgeable, we're
Going to face the wrath of Gunner if we don't open the doors.
Right, well, I suppose it's time to let the horde, the students in. Christy, could you open the door?
And please, do your best to keep the students out of our offices until their designated appointment time. But most importantly, Christy, be careful.
About time. Don't you know that you're supposed to open at 9 a.m. and it is clearly 9:01? I've been waiting for over an hour.
Hi, Gunner. You have an appointment, I presume?
No, I couldn't book an appointment. You see, I only just found out about the 101st internship yesterday evening. Then, when I tried to book an appointment right after I found out, mind you, your stupid website was suffering from a glitch or something and wouldn't let me book a time.
Right. I see. Yes. Well, unfortunately, hold has been placed on your account because you didn't show up the last 3 times.
That's absurd. Surely you must understand that as a law student and a president of one very important student club, you need to understand that my time is valuable, and sometimes I simply have to prioritize what is more important. Besides, I showed up for all of those appointments eventually. I was just a mere few hours late.
Right. I'm sorry, Gunner. I can remove the hold on your account if you, I don't know, promise to show up next time.
This is ridiculous. I'm going to talk to Bruce.
Hi, we have an appointment with Pat to discuss wardrobe options for career day. My friend says that it's a faux pas to wear a black suit, but I feel like it should be fine.
Right. I'll just let Pat know you're here. Excuse me, but is there any way I could persuade you to maybe give me your appointment? You see, there's this job that I really want, need to get, and I just desperately need someone to look over my application.
Okay, but we need to talk to Pat about what we should wear to career day. We're having a huge debate over the appropriateness of black suits.
Oh, well, perfect. You're in luck. I'm actually quite the fashionista. So the best advice I can give you is to wear something that makes you feel powerful and successful. I mean, of course, law is a notoriously boring career fashion-wise, so maybe a suit is the best way to go. But I just think that's silly, you know? Like, look at Amal Clooney. She is a hugely successful lawyer and a fashion icon. Surely a boring suit isn't what gets you a job, right? No, seriously, right? Yeah, because I'm starting to think that my purple suit was part of the reason I didn't get hired last year. Oh my gosh. You don't think that's what happened?
No, Daphne girl, don't worry. I'm sure your purple suit was absolutely fantastic. As you know, pink is my power color and has never led me astray. Seriously, whoever said orange was the new pink was seriously disturbed. Sorry, was there a wardrobe question I can help you girls with?
Oh my gosh, you're Belle Woods! The Belle Woods! I've been following you on Instagram since before I took the LSAT for the first time. It's such an honor.
Oh dear, you're both too kind. You know, I'm always happy to help with anything.
I think they're fine, Belle. I've already provided them with all the fashion advice they need.
No! I mean, we would love a second opinion. So, Belle, black suits or no black suits?
Well, the traditional rule is yes for women, no for men. But I always like to say, wear something that makes you feel powerful and successful. Oh, but remember, you can never go wrong with a suit, and always, always accessorize. Anyways, I gotta run. Good luck.
Wow, she's so wise.
Yeah, she is totally amazing.
Well, I think we got all the advice we needed, so you can have the appointment.
The students leave as Christy returns, looking disheveled. Why, you might ask? Gunner. For the last 5 minutes, Gunner has been arguing that time is a flat circle and that she shouldn't have to show up on time to appointments. She watched an Instagram clip of Matthew McConaughey rambling about it once, and now thinks she's a film buff, philosopher, and close personal friend of the McConaugheys. Christy got her to leave by saying there was dominoes in the gavel, every law student's weakness.
All right, Pat is ready for you. Oh, hi, you're new. Yes, I'm taking the appointment with Pat. My friends got all the advice they needed. Right, well, just go on in.
Hello. Were you having an appointment with Laura?
Right, just go on in.
Well, like, what's up, Laura? How's it going?
Fine, thank you. So, this appointment is for both of you?
Sure is!
Right, sorry, I'm just a bit confused. Typically, we do cover letter reviews one student at a time.
Oh, like, we only have one cover letter.
Each, you mean?
No, Rono. It's our brother.
Wait, so you mean you both separately apply to jobs using the same cover letter?
Zoinks! No way! That would be like totally silly, right, Scoob?
Can you imagine, Maggie?
No way, Scoob! Laura, like, listen, what we mean is that we have one cover letter for both of us, because we apply to every job together.
You what?
Well, we don't want to work without each other, so we apply together.
Shaggy, Scoob, my dudes, I got the za for you. Oh, hey, Laura, how's it going? Oh, anyways, I gotta run. Say hi to Pat and Bruce for me.
All right, so let's, like, take a look at this cover letter, shall we? Hey, do you want a slice?
I'm sorry, Bruce, I really don't know what you mean. The point of a cover letter is to talk about your achievements.
Well, yes, Fred, but perhaps not in quite the way that you've done. You see, rather than saying, I, unlike my intellectually inferior peers, graduated from my pre-law class with a 4.0 GPA, you could try something like, through a combination of hard work and dedication, I graduated from my undergraduate degree with a 4.0 GPA.
But that doesn't show them how much better I am for this job than anyone else.
You have to remember, Fred, even though I'm sure you were wonderfully accomplished in your pre-law degree with a specialization in residential design, employers are looking for more than that. They want to hire someone who they want to work with. Do you see what I'm saying?
Honestly, not really. I mean, who wouldn't want to work with me? I'm a blast. I have fit, and I'm way more fun to work with than, I don't know, that Bennett guy.
Okay. Let me try explaining this another way.
I just don't understand how Belle can wear pink everywhere she goes, but I wear a purple suit and it makes me memorable in the wrong way.
Daphne, I hate to seem insensitive here, but our time is nearly up and we haven't actually spoken about the internship yet.
Right. Well, I prepared my cover letter and resume and printed them for your perusal.
Pat, sorry to interrupt, but your 9:30 appointment is here. Oh, and Belle dropped this off for you.
Okay, thank you. Send her in. Scented and pink. What lovely touches.
Ugh, really?
Hi Pat, how are you? I'm going to get straight to business. I have already emailed you 3 versions of my resume and my cover letter, and I'm really hoping that you can help me determine the optimal pairing for this application. I am thinking of resume A with cover letter C. But that might be a little bit risky, you know.
Just as Velma has settled in and Pat has begun to look over her documents, mayhem ensues. After demolishing 2 pieces of Domino's pizza, crusts removed, of course, because they hurt her tummy, Gunner returns with Kitty in tow, determined to cause a scene and embarrass herself yet again.
Ha! You thought you could keep me out, but I beat the system.
Gunner, what are you doing here? This is my appointment time.
Well, you see, Kitty here booked an appointment for 10 a.m., and I wanted to make sure we weren't late. And if we're just a teensy bit early, well, that's just too bad. You know what they say, better safe than sorry.
Gunner, you seriously dragged me away from recording my latest TikTok for this? You said this was an emergency.
There is an emergency. I need to speak with career services. I'm not gonna let these inferiors steal my job from me.
Ugh, I'm positively disgusted with you. I'm gonna leave you two nerds to figure this out on your own. I'm working on a multimedia trilingual application package anyways, and I don't really need any assistance on it. See you later, dorks. I didn't think they let stupid, smelly, small-brains canines in here, Scooby.
Brad, Rube would think. A student addressing his option. Repeat. Catastrophic. Wouldn't you?
Whatever. Later.
This is totally unacceptable, Gunner. You know for a fact, I know it was you who took the loss of evidence from the library reserves yesterday, and I'm going to march right over there and tell them. I hope that you're ready to track down all the obscure documents you read yourself, Gunner, because after this, no respectable librarian is going to want to help you.
Wait, Velma, no, it wasn't me. Please.
Well, folks, that wasn't so bad, right?
Sure. I mean, we've already made it to 9:35 a.m. Well, that can't be right.
I'm gonna need a coffee. Steve's anyone? Hey, Shaggy and Scooby. How's your day going so far?
Honestly, pretty stressful with this whole run under reverse internships.
Yeah, like totally stressful. I think I need a big Scooby snack.
Sounds like you could both use a big coffee. And don't worry, even if this job doesn't work out, I'm sure you'll find the perfect fit eventually. You just have to stay positive.
Zoinks!
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Like, you know, Scoob, I'm really starting to worry about Steve. Like, we still haven't heard anything from the police. Zoinks! You know, we might be able to find him faster. I mean, like, if we got the whole gang together, but they're so busy tearing each other apart due to that whole 101st internship.
Or if we found him ourselves.
Like, how would we do that, man? Let's be honest, Scoob. All you and me do is get into some Scooby sacks, munch out, get stuck in some super creepy place, and then totally freak each other out, man. It's always Fred, or Velma, or Daphne who actually does something useful. And then the only thing that can be attributed to us is through some asinine Deus Ex Machina, man.
Well, Ricky, I guess. We just have to think like they would.
Scoob, you're like a total genius, man. Velma usually thinks of the first clue, so I'm gonna start thinking like her.
Fred, I'll think like Fred.
I can't believe Velma and Daphne think they have a better shot of getting the internship than I do. I mean, I'm clearly the best fit.
Everyone has a good shot at the position. And I don't think it's worth losing our friendship over. Especially when the school's in such a bad place. I mean, we should just all work together and solve...
Well, that's it. If I solve a few kidnappings, there's no way Velma and Daphne will beat me out for that position. Man, that'll be perfect. I just gotta solve that.
Maybe, but that's not exactly what I had in mind.
Think, Fred, what clues do you have?
Scoob, wait, man. Remember yesterday when we were in LRW?
Yeah.
Remember when Bennett was talking about Eric's articling position? Didn't Bennett say something about Eric's making an enemy for the position? Like, they're probably the ones who prof-napped him?
Oh, yeah. Who was that again? Or I can't remember. All I can think of right now is how bad I'm on a Scooby snack.
Same here, Scoob.
Ready? Maybe that's it. We gotta get Scooby snacks.
And, like, some pizza.
Then, it'll jog our memories. We'll get the history.
And dinner.
Solved in no time. 2 birds, 1 pizza.
So, Bennett, they told me that all of my resumes and cover letters were just fine. But I really think that the Oxford comments and resume C are a risk, you know?
I think any of these should be fine.
Fine? Fine? Bennett, I have to get this position.
Look, Velma, I think you might be getting too invested in this. Don't worry so much about being better than other students. Just worry about being happy. Rats. Sorry, Velma. Hey, couponometer. Looks like it'll be pretty handy.
The pedometer, of course. This cracks the case wide open. Do you think solving a crime would fit under community involvement or hobbies and interests?
Scoob, man. Wait. Remember when Kitty took our Scooby snacks and we found Eric's office like totally destroyed? Remember how Velma mentioned something about like Professor Snepley or something? And some dude named Dean something?
Oh yeah, Dean. Wasn't their last name like Rillables?
Wait, are you guys talking about like Dean Billingsley? Like the dean of the law school?
Zoinks! That's it!
I mean, I've got a degree in criminology, and the case is squarely within the domain of criminal law.
Oui.
And Belle's already got her summer position figured out, so all I really have to worry about is the guy who thinks fit is a personality trait, and the girl with enough degrees to heat water. I should be fine, right?
Oui.
Really?
Oui, oui.
You know, Kitty, we haven't talked much, but I'm glad you're so supportive. It's a refreshing change.
Oui, maman.
Wait, did you just call me mama?
Je vous enverrai 2 photos. Bonne nuit. Je t'aime. Oh, sorry, were you talking to me? I was just telling my mother about the shoot I have for a Quebecois fashion brand. Le soulier du souris. It means mouse shoes. But anyways, I've gotta go. I've got the Berlin call in 5. Au revoir.
Oh, wait. Quebec. French Canadians? McGill. The McGill Guide. That's it! I almost forgot! Dean Billingsley knew about the guide.
She helped create it, so she would know about the curse.
She would know where it was kept.
The pedometer was last modified from Dean Billingsley's computer.
It must be the Dean. It's the Dean! Our first clue! Wait, how does that help us solve the mystery again?
Now we find ourselves in Dean Billingsley's office, which Scooby has managed to break into using his long, ungroomed claws. As Scooby sniffs around for Dean-related clues, Shaggy dons a large cardboard box in one hand and a stick he found outside of Hub Mall in the other. Let's see where this goes.
Alright, Scoob. Once we catch the Dean and get hired as the 101st intern together, we can totally afford a trip to the groomers. For the both of us.
Right. But first, we need to set a trap.
You're totally right, Scoob. And I got something that not even Dean Billingsley could resist.
Rick, it can't be.
It is.
Ratal said it was impossible to get.
Scoob, old buddy, old pal, I would like to present to you the purest, most pungent strain of Scooby snack in existence. The Girl Guide cookie. Hey, hands off, Scoob. This isn't for you. This pungent strain of Scooby snack is known for its warm, earthy aroma with hints of nutmeg and citrus, with a smooth, sweet, and spicy finish. It calms the body, the mind, and the soul. And it's environmentally friendly to boot.
I sure would like to try that real right, Cookie Raggy.
Finally, the big payoff to the box and stick. To Shaggy, this will be his magnum opus, a contraption so ingenious that he'll include it in his resume and his cover letter. From this day forth, he'll tell people he knows that he's dabbled in mechanical engineering, but finds it too simple. This is Shaggy's big moment.
Sorry, Scoob. As much as I'd love to indulge with you, this is all part of my master plan. I will simply lay this Scooby snack on the floor in front of the Dean's desk, use this box that I found outside, prop it up with this stick I found outside, and then when Dean Billingsley smells that irresistible smell, she'll crawl over, get stuck in the box, and we're golden, buddy. Zoinks! That must be the Dean! We gotta hide!
Like two kids playing hide-and-seek for the first time, Shaggy and Scooby hide behind the palm tree. A classic Law Show prop that Dean Billingsley kindly keeps in her office between shows each year to ensure palm tree poachers and eBay aficionados don't get a hold of arguably the most valuable item in the Law Center. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it, and I can't think of anyone more qualified than Dean Billingsley.
I've got you now, Dean Billingsley. Daphne, what are you doing here?
I could be asking you the same thing, Fred.
Well, Daphne, you've just booked yourself a front row seat to witness old Freddy Boy secure his rightful place as the 101st intern. You're probably not surprised I was able to figure it out. I mean, after all, my illustrious degree in pre-law. But you may be surprised to know that the one behind all of the weird stuff that's going on behind our faculty is really...
It's Dean Billingsley.
Yeah, but how did you... My degree in pre-law,
Your bruised ego can wait, Fred. It's the Dean. Let's go hide so we can catch her red-handed.
Oh, hello, Barbara. If that is even your real name. Oh, you're shocked that one of the faculty's brightest pupils figured it all out? Oh, hush, Barbara. Flattery won't get you anywhere. I know these glasses look good on me. Oh, you think I'll make an excellent judge at the Supreme Court? Well, I have always liked to think so. but hearing it from someone else other than me is really nice. Oh no, my glasses! I can't solve the mystery and confront the dean without my glasses. Jeepers, Velma. Get it together. Here comes the dean.
Velma, now seriously considering contact lenses, desperately crawls somewhere to hide. As she scrambles under the desk, a shadowy, cloaked figure enters. They spot Velma's glasses and pick them up and inhale deeply. Whoever this person is, they're unhinged. Unfortunately, the scent of Velma's glasses once is enough for this depraved character. Luckily for us, they spot the Scooby snack that Shaggy and Scooby placed on the ground earlier, and we get the theoretical big payoff to the box and stick. They walk over, crawl onto the ground and into the box to get the snack, dislodging the stick and getting trapped in the box in the process. The box and stick trap worked, and just for a second, Shaggy finally felt fulfilled in his academic career. But that elation quickly fades, as he and the entire gang jump out of their hiding places.
We've got you now, Dean Billingsley. We got you now, Dean Billingsley. Scooby.
Scoop? Wait, you guys were here this entire time? You didn't happen to hear anything that I said, did you?
Oh no, not at all, future Supreme Court Judge Velma.
Well, it looks like we've all come to the same conclusion that the dean is behind it all. I'll be sure to mention that you guys were here when the media decides to interview me for catching this dastardly villain.
We reckon we're here first.
And like, it was totally our trap that caught the dean.
Who cares who was here first? I'm clearly the one who deserves the recognition.
But I mean, it was
seriously,
like totally
I don't even know why I wouldn't get
my
that.
Scooby snack.
Like,
What are you all doing in my office?
Dean Billingsley, we're here to confront you about making all these crazy things happen around our faculty. Respectfully, of course. I mean, these unprecedented times have been incredibly trying for all of us.
Confront me? You think that I would be involved in all of this?
Well, you helped create the guide, so you would know about its disappearance and the curse.
yeah, and you were the last person who modified this pedometer, which was left at the scene when the McGill guide was stolen.
And you, like, totally articled with Professor Eric's.
You've got to be behind it all.
Well, it certainly is a fun idea. The dean of the law school being the villain of the story. I couldn't write it any better myself. But I'm sorry, you're all mistaken. I certainly didn't help write the McGill guide. I didn't even go there. And yes, I did article with Professor Eric's, but we were the furthest thing from enemies. And while I got this USB pedometer from Tim for joining the flight club, I gave it to Jim to help me upload my steps to the cloud.
Oh, Zoinks, Dean Billingsley, I'm like totally embarrassed. I totally thought we cracked the case.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. If I wasn't so wrapped up in this 101st intern thing, I maybe would have thought it through a little bit more before I broke into your office.
I think we all would have.
I'm just a little surprised, that's all. Normally a group of friends like you would have talked this out and come to a logical conclusion. What happened this time?
Well, we didn't really work together. We have been in this little bit of a rough patch ever since the 101st internship was announced.
Yeah, and I guess we just let our competitive nature get the best of us.
Well, that's normal. You're all high achievers and excel at different aspects of life. That's why law school can feel so competitive at times. But as I always say, teamwork makes the dream work. And working together with your fellow law students is what makes the law school experience as rewarding as it is.
You're right, Dean Billingsley. Maybe if we worked with each other rather than against each other, we would have been able to figure it out that the dean being behind all of this would have been an absolute ridiculous end to this story.
Well said, Velma. By the way, those glasses look great on you. Now, clean up this mess you've made in my office and go out and catch the real culprit behind all of this. And if you need me, I'll be doing Dean things.
Like, thanks Dean Billingsley.
Alright, gang. It looks like in the midst of our goof-em-up, we might have actually caught the real villain.
What,
Gunner?
What are you doing in the box?
Guys, I know this looks pretty bad, but I can assure you I'm not the one behind everything. You know, while everyone was busy with their 101st internship applications, I thought I would quickly solve the disappearance of Steve and Adam for a little boost to my near-perfect resume.
Shut up, Gunner.
So I thought I would let Dean Barbara, I call her Barbara, we're very close, check out my findings. But once I got here, I smelled the most heavenly aroma, and once I found it, I was suddenly overtaken by darkness.
Then, why didn't you come out of the box when you knew it was us?
Well, Mother always told me that all the muscles that a normal girl would get in her arms and legs went straight to my frontal lobe, evidenced by my superior intellect. So I couldn't exactly lift the box off my head. But now that I'm free, I can't wait to tell Barbara what I found. Babs, wait for me!
Shouldn't we go after her and find out what she knows?
Don't worry, gang. I think if we all put our heads together, we'll figure out what Gunner knows in no time. Come on, we've got a mystery to solve.
Why don't we start by combining all the clues that we have? Shaggy, Scooby, you said Weinstein Adams had an enemy of some sort.
Like you bet, Velma. Bennett told us that articling positions at Eric's firms were totally scarce, and that Eric's beat out another student for the position.
Okay. Very interesting. Did Bennett say who they were?
No way, man. All he said was that the other student just completely lost it and has held a vendetta against Eric's ever since.
And that the student missed out on the associate position because he didn't have some prestigious 2-hour internship.
What a coinky dink. Velma, what did you find?
Just that strange USB pedometer that Tim had made and given to Dean Billingsley. It was left at the scene when the McGill guide was stolen from the library.
And Rapney, what did you find again?
Remember the orgy of innovation, the sleep-deprived McGill students?
Okay, so let's figure out what we know about the suspect. They somehow had access to Dean Billingsley's pedometer. They articled with Adams way back then. And they had some sort of weird fascination with citation styles. Any idea how we can figure out who this suspect is?
Oh, I've got one. We'll essentially lay a trap for this person. We'll slowly work our way into their lives. We'll introduce them to our circle and manipulate them into feeling like they belong, like they matter. They'll start to believe that people can change. Life is worth living. We're more than just the sum of our flaws and traumas. And then, just when they finally trust us completely, when we've scraped away all of their self-created barriers, we'll trick them into confessing to the kidnapping, and we'll lock them up in a cold jail cell for good.
You came up with that awfully quickly.
Oh, I didn't come up with it. Professor Sneap said it's called a Mr. Big operation. Cops do it all the time.
Like, police do that? Doesn't that seem kind of like a total abusive process?
Absolutely. How about the taxpayers? How much money does all of this cost?
The way I see it, if it was really that expensive, would it really happen as often as it does? Especially when everyone's facing such budget crunches?
Good point. Must be cheaper than we think.
Should we do it then? Maybe we can start by planning some sort of fake internship to catch this person?
That's a great idea. You should look up the qualifications for Professor Sneap's internship and copy them. Maybe run them through Google Translate a couple of times so it's not too obvious.
Way ahead of you, Daphne.
This would be great. I've always wanted to write a logically resent to someone.
Wait a minute. I cannot find any information on Professor Sneap's internship outside of the links she provided on her Twitter page.
Like, what's so weird about that?
Well, Shaggy, think about it. Do you really think a professor would be doing such a thing without the career services including it in their weekly email?
You're right. And the faculty loves to hype up their staff. I remember them dedicating a whole Instagram post to the guys who took the asbestos out of the locker rooms.
Yeah, and these links on her Twitter page look terribly unofficial. Wait, I just found a post on www.lawstudents.ca that says this internship isn't even real.
But why would Professor Sneap make up a fake internship?
Like, I don't know, Fred, but Professor Sneap,
Totally gives me the creeps.
Me too, Reddy. But I wonder if she was that spooky when she articled with Eric's.
Jinkies, that is it. Snape articled with Adams too. I bet she's the one who didn't get hired back and has held a grudge ever since.
But what about the missing McGill guide?
And the pedometer.
Think about it, gang. Once she got hired back, it wouldn't be too hard for her to know the location of the McGill guide from her old articling gal, Dean Billingsley. And she could have easily grabbed the pedometer too when no one was looking to frame Billingsley.
Zoinks, Velma! I bet you're right.
Looks like we should pay a visit to Professor Sneak.
But like Scoob, I don't think she'll be in her office right now. She's chaperoning Carbolic tonight, isn't she?
Since when do we have chaperones at Carbolic? Wait, isn't Carbolic happening right now?
Oh my gosh, how did I forget about Carbolic? I'm acting like a 3L already.
Well, let's go catch Sneak, gang.
Alright, so does everyone remember the plan? Who drank all the table wine?
Now is not the time to whine, Fred. Come on, let's go.
Hey, like Professor Sneep, we know you're a total fraud, man. You faked the 101st internship to distract us from the truth.
But we figured it out anyway. You're right, everything.
We know that you hate Vice Dean Eriks because he beat you out for that job.
And now you want to take it out on the law school and Vice Dean Eriks. So you kidnapped him.
And Tim.
And Steve! Like, how could you, man?
No, you've got it all wrong. Well, it's true that I lost out on an internship to Vice Dean Eriks. I've never held a grudge. In fact, not getting an internship that summer meant it was the best summer of my life. I went backpacking around Europe and found myself on the beaches of southern Italy. Ah, Italia, those long summer days in the sun.
Right. And I love that for you, but are you or are you not haunting the law school?
Right. I digress. It's true that there never was a 101st internship, but I only made it up because I was told to by the dean. She sent me emails about it repeatedly. I just wanted to work on my research, but unfortunately, following the dean's instructions is an explicit part of my employment contract. If only I had tenure, you see.
But we already confronted the dean, and it isn't her. I don't understand.
Well, unless it was someone who had access to Dean's email and used it to bait Professor Snape. Like Jim the IT guy.
Alright, everyone. Suspend your disbelief for a second and put on your creativity caps. This would be the part of the show where, in classic Scooby-Doo fashion, there would be a chase scene. The gang would chase Jim through a door, Jim would chase the gang through another door, a random other character from earlier in the show would chase all of them. It would be great family fun. There'd be applause, laughter, even some tears from people in the audience who might not understand how doors work. But this year, please enjoy everyone running past their cameras. It ain't much, but it's honest.
Not so fast, Jim.
Yeah, you can't outrun us. You're not Tim.
So, you're the one who's been haunting law school?
You bring that resting Eriks, Steve, Grant, Tim.
But why?
It's not what you think. I was just working my job as a Walmart greeter when some customer came in with an offer that was way too good to refuse. Although there were certain strange conditions conditions and contract, and although I am the party who physically committed the kidnappings, I am not criminally responsible. It was all his master plan!
Jim points at a statue sitting at a table that looks really similar to that creepy judge that sits in the glass box in the library. Does anyone know why that judge is there? Is there a glass box to keep us out? Or is it to keep the judge in? Legend has it if you stay in the library after closing, you'll see the judge come to life and make all the card readers not work. Anyways, imagine a classic Scooby chase scene here too. So great, look at those guys run. Great job, everyone. The gang unmasks the judge and everyone gasps. This ought to be good.
Scrappy? You hired someone to kidnap people? For why?
Because I hate you guys. You law students. You never included me. I just wanted to be part of your world. I tried so hard.
Honestly, Scrappy, it's just because you're really annoying. I mean, I could see why it would be annoying to not be included.
You made me feel so unwelcome. I just wanted to be part of your world. Is that so much to ask? Don't think I didn't hear you calling me Snail. I wanted to be a lawyer since I was 5 years old. And now I'll never be a lawyer. I didn't get in anywhere. Not even U of C. That was my safety school.
A lot of people don't get in their first time. And we're sorry that we made you feel so unwelcome here. We really didn't mean to. We should have tried harder to be more helpful instead.
But law school might have to wait a bit, because, you know, kidnapping, blackmail, extortion, ruining Carbolic Smokeball.
Yeah, those are all serious criminal code offenses. You're going to jail, Scrappy.
Remember when Gunnar tripped on her Velcro shoes? Well, she's learned her lesson, because those babies are strapped on tight. I also forgot to mention that Gunnar's Velcro shoes are also light-up shoes. She looks good. As if she were a centipede with 100 legs, working in perfect harmony. She races over to Scrappy, her sick light shoes lighting up with every stride. Gunnar's entire life has led up to this moment, where she'll finally be able to put handcuffs on a dog.
Citizens arrest!
Puppy power!
Rake 'em away, Gunner.
Hey guys, look who I found!
We're glad to be back. But if I'm being honest, we hope you guys have finally got over the whole law students are competitive trope by now.
You know, I really think ascots are going to make a comeback in fashion.
Wait, really? I've been saying that for ages, but everyone just thought I was crazy. You have no idea how much it means to have someone as knowledgeable as you agree with me, Belle.
Oh my goodness, you're too sweet. We should totally do an Insta-class soon. Oh, by the way, Professor Stephen Dime asked me who I would recommend for his criminal internship this summer, and I suggested you. I hope you don't mind.
Man, Scoob, it looks like everybody's making amends. Maybe we should go talk to Kitty?
Ruh-uh. The day I'm friends with a rat is the day I give up Scooby snacks.
You know, Scoob, he's not actually like a cat, man. He's just an e-boy, Scoob. His name is Kit.
Ruh?
Alonzi, boys. I bought us some Scooby snacks and pizza to make up for the box that I knocked over.
Order up for my 3 favorite customers.
Well, looks like everyone got their happy ending.
Well, not Scrappy. He's going to jail for life. Man, Scoob, it looks like we did it again, buddy. High five.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Oh, come on. Since when can law students sentence offenders?
Yeah, the justice system might have a few issues, but those can wait until next year's law show.
Monster Scooby-Doo, coming after you. They're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo, the trail leads back to you. What's your Scooby?